Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in this video I'm going to share with you patriotic 4th of July home decorating ideas and DIYs. I'm super excited to share these patriotic DIYs with you, and I really hope that they will inspire you to create something beautiful in your home this season. You guys, summer is just around the corner, and with that, our last summer holiday is 4th of July. And let me tell you, I love 4th of July because I am so blessed to live in this beautiful country, and I am honored to share with you some decorating ideas and DIYs for this beautiful holiday, which is 4th of July. Are you guys ready? Well, before we take you to the studio for these beautiful DIYs, I'm gonna ask you that if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because you will not want to miss what's coming up next. Fall is just around the corner, and after that, the holidays. And then also be sure to give the video a thumbs up because that helps the channel and it's totally free. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. Okay everyone, for this patriotic DIY, what I'm going to do is a beautiful floral arrangement to put on a sideboard, a coffee table, or just anywhere around your home that is going to make your home look more patriotic. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just some random piece of foam and I'm going to push it in. Now I found this concrete lady at my local Home Goods, and I just absolutely love it. I have the male and the female, and they are perfect for this type of arrangement. So I went ahead and put a piece of foam right on the bottom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start inserting some of these blue and white lilacs, and I'm going to alternate as I put them together. So if I put a blue on one side, then I'll do a white on the other side. And let me tell you, I've been having so much fun doing this patriotic DIYs, and I just absolutely love the fact that you guys are enjoying them as well. And what I want is for this to be super full. So what I'm going to is I'm going to alternate the colors right here, and I'm just gonna insert all the way down, and I'm going to continue to add into my foam. You do have to make sure that you see all of those flowers, so that way it is really full and very patriotic. They almost look like fireworks. Are you guys having fun with the patriotic DIYs? Remember the last video I shared with you a beautiful wreath DIY, and I shared with you some beautiful steps on how to create a gorgeous wreath, and I hope that it was helpful for you. But for this video, I just wanted to do some simple DIYs to just show you that it really is not that hard to create something beautiful for your home for any holiday, in any holiday season. I'm gonna take this one out and I'm gonna replenish it with a blue one right here. And that's why I like having that foam in there, because it really does help to hold the stem where I want it. And it helps us really make a fuller arrangement, as you guys can see. So that's all of my lilacs. So I use 2 stems of blue and 2 stems of white. And so this is what it looks like. Isn't she just absolutely adorable? But what's gonna really make it even more patriotic is gonna be some of these picks. These are from Hobby Lobby, and I love them because they have these blingy stars and they move and they're just absolutely cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna insert one right here on this side, trying to get to that foam right here. Let's see, like that. And I just love the sound. Look how beautifully that just blends in with the rest of the florals. I love the little sparkle, and like I said, the little stars really make it look patriotic. And so I'm gonna add, remember, what happens on the left happens on the right. We're always trying to look for that balance. All right, so far so good. So now I have some of these really pretty stems that are like glitter stems. These you can find at any local dollar store. That's where I got them. I got some in red, some in blue, and some in white. And I'm gonna start with the red because at this point we have a lot of the blue and the white. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring in some of the red with these beautiful stems of glittered. It's almost like a willow. So I'm gonna do 2 right here. Remember, what goes up must come down, and just make sure that you insert at a diagonal, so that way your arrangement is very well balanced. And then also you do one up like this, and then you kind of spin around a little bit, and then you go down a little, and on the same angle you insert the other one like that. Look how cute that is. Then I'm gonna spin one more time, and I'm gonna bring this right here. I stocked up on these glittered picks because we're gonna be using them for Christmas. And I don't know if they'll have them for Christmas, but I went ahead and I got enough of them for some projects for the holiday season. And so there's another one. I'm gonna spend a little bit more. Look how cute this is. It is just a really fantastic and fantastical arrangement that is super easy. I'm gonna insert one more right there. All right, so that's good for that. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some of this ribbon and I'm going to give her a scarf. I'm gonna fold it like this in half. Let me see, I kinda have to see her. Maybe this much right here. Then I'm gonna grab my scissors and I'm gonna cut equal parts. I'm gonna put that one to the side. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give her a little bow right here, a patriotic bow. And I'm gonna make sure that I tie it really tight like this, because I want this to be a cute little bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab the bottom of this end of this. I'm gonna fold in half, and then I'm going to make a bow like this. And I'm just gonna make sure that I dovetail those ends. Look how cute she is, you guys. I'm gonna put this inside and share with you what it looks like. So here is this beautiful patriotic arrangement that we made on this beautiful concrete lady head. And I just love the way this adds a little patriotic feel to the living room with the red, the white, and the blue. And the face sculpt is just so absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love it. And the little bow really just adds that really festive feel. And I cannot wait to read your comments. So be sure to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this is something you want to recreate for your 4th of July festivities. All right, everyone, for our next patriotic DIY, what we're going to do is we're going to refresh our dual wreath. Remember, I bought this wreath at the beginning of the year, and I told you that we were gonna be using it all throughout the year, and we've already done a spring look and a summer look, so now we're going to do a 4th of July look. But before I share with you the 4th of July look, and while I glue this together, I'm gonna share with you the spring and the summer look. Take a look. All right, everyone, so here is the end result on this beautiful spring wreath. And as you guys can see, it's a dual wreath that goes all the way down the door, and it just looks so beautiful. I love the bow because it really makes a statement. As you guys can see, the pattern on the ribbon with the bunnies matches the other ribbon with the carrots, and it is just perfect for spring and Easter. But you can also replace that bow with another type of ribbon, and you have yourself a beautiful statement on your door all throughout summer if you like in the side. But I really hope that this was helpful to you and that you like this. Remember, just follow the instructions on how to create this beautiful wreath for your front door, and you too can have a gorgeous wreath in your door. All right, you guys, so this is the beautiful summer wreath, and I am just so obsessed with it. How it goes all the way down on the door, and just all the greenery and that little pop of yellow up on the top with the black and white ribbon. It really is so beautiful, and I really hope that you will give it a try. All you need is some lemons, some yellow flowers, and some beautiful white flowers with I used a black and white ribbon, but it can be of your choice. Don't be just you know, stuck on the fact that I used that, but just give it yourself a twist. If you have a burlap ribbon, this would also look beautiful with a burlap ribbon. So it is so dramatic when you first come into the door, and I'm just absolutely in love with it. I cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about this beautiful summer fresh looking ribbon. All right, so basically what we've done now, we've done the same thing that we did for the spring and then also the summer look. I just went ahead and added a piece of ribbon to tie both of my wreaths together and make it a dual wreath. So now what we're going to do is, at first I'm gonna put my hot glue gun down. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna tape a wire. You guys know that I like to use a 20 gauge wire. You can find these wires at any local craft store, or you can also order them on Amazon. But the reason why I like to tape it with the florist tape is because it prevents it from hurting your fingers. So what we're going to do is we're gonna really quick go like this all the way down, and when you pull is when you activate that sticky wax glue that it comes on your tape. This is called a florist tape, and I have them on various colors because you really do need them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bow. This is going to be a super simple wreath. For that, I'm going to free this ribbon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually, yeah, I'm going to start with this one right here. I'm going to start by dovetailing my ends like this. If you do not know how to make a bow, I have a video on how to make a bow, 3 different types of bows, and I'm going to link it down below so you guys can check it out. I want to give it probably about a 10-inch tail, and then I'm going to pinch and gather like this. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my ribbon to kind of play with it. And this is going to be probably about a 5-inch loop, and then I'm going to go down. And when you go down, you basically fold down, and then you pinch again, and then you go like this, and then you cut your tail. So we're gonna do a 2-loop bow like this, right? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my other ribbon, and I'm gonna put this one on the top, and for that I'm going to put it on the top like this, and I'm going to pinch right here like that. And see how I'm going to go over to the other side. This one came to this side, that's gonna go to the other side. And then once it's pinched, I'm going to make my bow going down, pinch, like this. And for the other bow, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go under it, like this, and then I'm going to fold up. And so now I'm going to pinch again. And that's what's gonna make them get mixed, the loops, like this. And then I'm going to bring my glitter back up, and I'm going to cut right here. So I have a kind of like a semi-funky bow, like this. So now I'm gonna grab my wire, and I'm gonna wire all of this together. Super simple and fun. We're gonna twist this real quick. And look how cute this is. It is a super easy bow. And I like this ribbon that it's got a lot of body to it, because it really does shape really well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna attach this to the top right here. Like I told you, it was gonna be super simple because I wanted to have a character that is going to be our main attraction this time. Because this is basically what we've done for the spring and the summer. But in this occasion, what we're going to do is we're gonna have a cute little character. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dovetail all of my edges to make sure they are dovetailed. Look how wild and pretty this is. And this is what I like about it, because it's not super constructed. It is a little bit more wild looking, and I just also love that about it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I have this pick that I found at Hobby Lobby, and you can cut this guy into 1, 2, 3, or 4. But I'm gonna cut it into 2, like this. I'm gonna cut this guy a little bit shorter. And so how that gives us 2 picks instead of just 1. And then what we need to do is we need to fluff all of our stars and make sure that it's super fluffy, like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this guy right here and my wire. So I'm gonna find that wire, and I'm gonna insert, and look how pretty that is. That's why I didn't want the bow to be too extravagant, because I wanted to be able to have the stars also show right here. So I'm gonna find my wire over here, and then I'm going to insert these firecracker stars. Look how cute those are. We're gonna, of course, you know, I'm always telling you that we're always gonna fluff at the end. I just want them to curl like this. Take a little while. So now what I'm going to do is I have this cute little gnome that I found at Ross Dress for Less. You guys, this gnome was only $5. Can you believe that? I bought a few of them, one for my wreath, and then we're gonna be doing a lantern. So I got one for the wreath and then one for the lantern to kind of match. You guys know I'm crazy over being cohesive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this guy right here, putting the feet over on the wreath and attaching their feet right here. And then I'm also going to put a wire through the back. I'll show you real quick. If you find yourself a wire, let me see if I have a little one somewhere right here. I have one over here. So just cut a wire in half, and because this is fabric, it's gonna go through the fabric very easily. It just basically pokes through the fabric and we're gonna poke through it on this side without putting a hole on it. So you have to make sure that you go through, you know, the grain of the fabric, so you go with it, so that way you don't poke a hole versus just, there you go, pinching on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put this guy right here, and we're going to attach our little gnome over to the ribbon right here. We're gonna cross it on the top like this. And then to make sure that stays, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also attach a little bit. See, you don't even see the wire. I'll show you real quick. So I'm also going to attach a wire on the feet, but I'm gonna put this in the door. I'll be right back with you and show you what it looks like. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so here is a super cute dual wreath that we've been using since spring with a 4th of July theme. And look how cute the little gnome looks like. I just love his little hat with all the stars that really do tie in with the stars that we put up on the top on the bow. The bow, as you can see, is super simple. It's just a 4-loop bow with some of those stars filled with glitter, and it just looks so cute. And if you go down, you see the little gnome on the second wreath right here, just greeting all of the guests. I think it is super cute idea, and I really think that this is going to be something that greets your guest on 4th of July and just will put a smile on their face. But I cannot wait to read your comments. Let me know, what do you think about this cute idea with this little gnome? All right, so now that we have our greenery standing up where it needs to be, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start introducing the delphinium, and I'm gonna start with this one right here on the top. And you wanna start with the tallest one first, so I'm gonna add a blue one. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to the other side and add a white one, making sure that it goes into the container like this. And then I want to make sure that it spills forward a little bit. Remember, this is the front of our bouquet. So I'm gonna grab another delphinium and just go ahead and insert and scale it down a little bit. So I'm gonna grab a white one now, and I'm gonna go over to this side. Remember, this is going to be facing that way, so I want most of my flowers to be on this side. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of these hydrangea, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert this one right here on the container, just making sure that it pokes out a little bit. I'm gonna grab another one right here, and just go ahead and make sure that they go closer to the rim of the mouth of your container. Let me spin this around a little bit so I can insert another one right here. We're gonna use about 5, and don't be afraid to, you know, mess up with your bouquet a little bit, and then you can always go back and fluff at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and fluff once I put my flags on the mantle. So I'm gonna insert another one right here in the middle, making sure that goes into the container. And look how pretty that's looking. It's very natural looking, and it's going to give it a really floral designer look to your mantle. I'm gonna add that one right there. Let me see, where do I need another one? I think I'm gonna insert this one right here. And like I said, don't be afraid to mess up with your bouquet, and then later on you can always go back and play with it. I'm gonna add one more hydrangea right here. All right, so this is what this is going to look like. I'm gonna put this on the mantle, add the flags, and show you the end result. Keep watching. Okay, so we've installed our floral bouquet right here on the mantle, and I went ahead and give it a fluff. Sometimes you have to put it where it needs to go. Take some stems out and replace them where you think they look best. So now what I'm going to do is I have 3 American flags, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the big one right here to the bottom. Just make sure you go through all of those stems and go into the vase or the container like that, letting the flag hang so it looks like it's on the air. Then I have 2 of the little ones. I'm gonna add one right here to the side as well. It's so easy, and this is what's gonna make your bouquet look very patriotic. You have to make sure that it looks like it's flying like this. And I'm gonna add yet another one over to this side. And I think 3 is just plenty for this large bouquet. And that's what these bouquets look like, very patriotic, don't you think? Are you guys enjoying this 4th of July decorating ideas on this video? I really hope you are. If you are, be sure to give the video a thumbs up because that really helps the channel. So now for our last home decorating DIY, I'm gonna share with you how to set a gorgeous but very simple tablescape for 4th of July. Let's take a look. Okay, so I want to show you how I set a table for 4th of July, and I'm gonna start with these placemats to where most people would like to use it horizontally like this. I like to use it vertical because it gives it more character. I like the way this looks. Then I like to bring a white dish, and if you've been following the channel, you know that all you need is a set of white dishes because they will get you all throughout the year and they are just perfect for 4th of July. So I put a white plate down. Then I have some of these flags from the dollar store and I'm gonna use it just as a charger because I wanna be able to see the stars right here. You can see the stripes on this placemat, but I wanna be able to see the stars. So I'm gonna put that down and then I'm gonna use it to break down the next plate right here. As you guys can see, you can just see the stars. The stripes really blend in with the placemat and I just love the way this looks. Then for my napkin, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab this napkin. I'm gonna just go ahead and do a knot, making sure that all the triangles go in, like this one right here. Make sure that you put it in. It looks like a knot, and then you just go ahead and place it right here to the side, making sure that all the seams go in like this. And I'm gonna bring some wine glasses, these beautiful red wine glasses that I just purchased at a thrift store, and this blue one right here. And to finish it all off, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. And you guys will see how the red really pops right here. And this is another find from the thrift store right here, these blue salt shakers that I am obsessed with. So it's time to put it all together.